Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode from the Multi-Tools and Blades channel. In today's episode we're going to have a look at quite a rare multi-tool from 1984. This is the Winter's Catalogue Pocket Tool Chest. In May of 1983, before Leatherman even had a workshop, they took an order for 500 units from Cabela's with a 7-month lead time. Just 2 months after the company's very first order, they received another order from Early Winter's Catalogue for 200 units. These were to be delivered the same time in December. Early Winters continued to place really small orders all the way through 1984, and this is one of those models. If we just grab one of these pocket survival tools, which are the Leatherman branded versions from the same era, you'll see they're almost identical. From what I can read online, the PST is also a 1984 model. The Portland, Oregon stamp is missing on the Early Winters one. Neither have the lanyard holder, and both have only got the Imperial ruler. These early PSTs are definitely the ones you want to get. In Leatherman's early years, there were so many variations, and they just kept changing it all the way up until the mid-90s. Here's one here to have a look at. So you've got trademark numbers instead of patent numbers, an inclusion of the lanyard ring, and the rule has now been changed to a metric and imperial. The tools on the inside are also slightly different, but if you're here, I'm quite sure that you know exactly what a PST looks like, or current one anyway, so we don't need to go into that. But what a lot of people don't know is that Leatherman had quite a few problems keeping up with production in 1984, so at the beginning of 1985 they actually outsourced a lot of production to Japan. And that went on for a few years, so there's quite a few variations just of the Japanese variety as well. And Leatherman didn't start putting date stamps on it until November of 1992, so anything before 92 was pretty much anyone's guess. And just for good measure, here's the 2018 limited edition version. This is an ultra rare one that doesn't have Tim Leatherman's signature embossed on the handle. I have a separate video just on this one all by itself, so if you want to have a look at that one in more detail, just click on the link in the description. Alright, enough talking about history, let's get it open and see what the tools are on the inside. Okay, so we have got Leatherman USA stamped into the handle. The original batch, 1983, only had Leatherman, not the USA stamp. The main blade is a drop point style with a tang stamp that says Leatherman USA. Many people don't know this, but these early Leathermans, actually their blades were heat treated by Gerber. Gerber could see that the production numbers were increasing month by month. They identified this as an emerging market, which ultimately led them to being a competitor for Leatherman. Lessons to be learnt there. Next we have two sizes of screwdriver, the large and the small screwdriver. Pretty standard on all the PSTs, I don't think they've changed this at all. And next to that we have a reamer. Now, these early reamers were milled, the later ones were ground with a stone. What I find really fascinating about these is it's quite possible that these early ones are actually made by Tim himself. He was very much a hands-on person and he was constantly working in the tool shop in the early years. And if we flip everything around, on the other handle we have a file. These early ones were cross-cut on both sides. There's a little bit of sign of use. But that's okay, isn't it? I guess, when you think about it. Just a little bit of use means it was loved once. Next to the file we have another very small screwdriver. It's quite interesting actually because it's not tapered on one side, it actually tapers on both sides. I'm not sure why. It's very different to the other type of screwdrivers on there. And last two things on this handle are the Phillips screwdriver and the can opener. Notice actually how it's a left-handed can opener. So I'll just grab the newer one just to show you how they've changed that. So if I flip it around you can just see the same cuts on opposite sides. So one's a left-handed one and one's a right-handed one, so go figure. We all know that the PST, while revolutionary, didn't have that many tools compared to some of the more modern ones like Surges and stuff. But they definitely do have a cult following. People really tend to like the thinness, the overall thinness of the tool. Well, I'm glad I finally got my hands on one of these older ones. It's nice to actually feel it and see it rather than just see people talking about them in the Blade forums and the multitools.org. Just need to get me a Cabela's one now. That's another episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Feel free to leave me any comments if you want and ask me any questions. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And I hope to catch you all next time.